Am I being detained?
Yeah, I'm detaining you.
Under...
Terrorism Act.
Oh, 43, fantastic.
Yeah, is that alright?
43?
Because I don't know who you are. You're not telling me who you are.
I don't have to.
You're dressed up very suspiciously.
It's cold.
Absolute Audit is outside Somerset Police HQ with a camera, when officers turn up already treating the situation like a problem that needs dealing with. The conversation doesn't start with clarity or simple questions. It jumps straight into authority and assumptions about why he shouldn't be there. Each time a justification is thrown out, Absolute Audit pushes back with the obvious follow-up. What rule actually stops him? The exchange quickly becomes a tug-of-war between claims and explanations. And the moment officers decide to take control of the situation, the encounter takes a turn that neither side can walk back from.
Who are you, please?
Oh, I'm just me.
Okay.
Is that okay? Is that the
really.
BT tower?
I need to know why you're here.
Oh, I'm just reading.
How did you get in?
Oh, I just walked up the footpath.
Okay.
The gates are open.
I don't think they are.
Oh, I think they are.
shouldn't
I've recorded it.
Okay. Have you got any identification on you, please?
I might do. Let me see. I've got an ID.
Yeah, can I have a look at that, please?
Yeah, of course. Is this the right one? Yeah, that one.
Please, police, please.
But if you just hang fire here a second.
Am I being detained?
You're not at the moment, no.
No, so I'm going to carry on if that's okay. You're free to follow me, but it's an ID, it's not my ID.
Can you tell me who you are, please?
Do I have to?
Well, yeah, you're on police property.
Oh, it's okay, I'll leave then.
The exchange immediately exposes a contradiction in their own approach. The officer confirms Absolute Audit isn't detained. Yet the moment he exercises that freedom and tries to leave, they trail behind him, still pressing for his identity. That undermines the entire premise of the interaction. If there's no detention and no clearly stated offence, there is no basis to keep someone engaged in the conversation. The claim that simply standing on police property automatically obliges him to identify himself doesn't hold up either. That isn't a standalone power officers can invoke whenever they choose. What it starts to look like instead is officers trying to keep the situation under their control, after already admitting they don't have the authority to stop him in the first place.
Thank you.
I need to know who you are because
You don't need to.
pose a threat to us.
Why are you standing next to me with no body armour on then?
Can I just ask you to stand still for me?
Am I being detained? Am I being detained?
Yeah, I'm detaining you.
Under...
Terrorism Act.
Oh, 43, fantastic.
Yeah, is that alright?
43?
Because I don't know who you are. You're not telling me who you are.
I don't have to.
You're dressed up very suspiciously.
It's cold.
And you are on police premises.
Yeah, but the gate's open.
I don't believe you. And even if the gate is open, you shouldn't be gaining access and you shouldn't be here.
But it's publicly accessible, I thought.
No, it's not.
Well, the gate's open.
And I'm being quite reasonable. I'm asking you for your name. I'm asking you for some ID.
Yeah, but I don't have to give it to you.
And you're refusing to do that.
Yeah, but I don't have to give it to you.
So you're
I don't
now going
think.
to remain with me until some other police officers come and assist me.
Well, I've offered to leave.
I'm just saying it's private property. Okay, you're not entitled to film me, and I do not want my identity to be put online. Is that understood?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
It's not on you, look, it's pointing at the cars.
I know, but just make sure you're aware you're on private property.
But can you just tell me who you are, though?
Not at the moment, no.
If officers genuinely believed someone posed an immediate danger, walking straight up to them and staying within arm's reach wouldn't be the way that risk is handled. The explanation then turns into a detention under terrorism legislation, justified by how he's dressed and the fact he's standing on police grounds. But suspicion under that power isn't meant to come from vague impressions. It requires something concrete that links a person's behaviour to potential terrorist activity. Clothing choices and simply being present near a building don't meet that threshold on their own. The claim that the area isn't publicly accessible also sits uneasily with the fact the gate was open and people could walk straight in.
No, but you're giving me
Because I'm on private property.
Yeah, but you're giving me a request.
I'm not requesting, I'm just saying I do not want my identity to be put online.
But if you tell me you're a police officer, I'll say, yeah, okay.
Can you confirm that you're not filming anybody here on...
No, it's pointing down. Yeah, look, see, it's pointing at the floor. I'm not filming anyone.
That also goes for any vehicle registration numbers.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't film those. Are you a police officer?
I am a police officer.
Okay, can I take your shoulder number?
At the moment, I'm not working today. I've only put this on because it's wet.
Yeah, but you have identified it, so I just would...
My first name, okay, one pipe property. I'm trying to be polite.
Yeah, I know, I'm just saying if I wanted to contact you, what would I search?
A member of the public, okay, was planning a mass shooting,
Right.
a mass murder on this site.
Oh right,
Okay, that person's since been sent to prison
when was that?
recently.
No, I've not heard about it. Was it in the news?
I'm not being argumentative, but if you're a journalist,
Yeah.
okay, you should be up on this sort of stuff. Okay, it resulted in that person being shot because they shot themselves and police officers.
Yeah,
Okay, they were planning to come on the site with guns.
yeah.
Okay, you're on site now with a balaclava on, hiding your
Yeah.
identity. Can you not understand why we're a little bit edgy, a little bit jumpy?
Another officer then tries to pivot the argument to privacy, claiming his identity and even vehicle registration shouldn't appear online because the area is private property. That reasoning doesn't hold much weight when the things being filmed are already visible to anyone standing there. Police vehicles and their plates are seen by the public every day. The same officer also refuses to properly identify himself, withholding his shoulder number while still involving himself in the encounter. A strange stance, because if someone truly isn't on duty, the obvious solution would be not to step into the situation at all. Instead, the explanation drifts to a recent security scare and tries to draw a link between that and absolute audits simply because he's wearing a balaclava, stretching suspicion well beyond anything actually happening in front of them.
So if I came in your back garden then, after somebody threatened to shoot you...
Yeah, but this isn't your back garden. This is it's a public building.
No, it's not. It's private property.
It is, it's a public building,
private
though.
property.
There's a reception, the gate's
It's
open.
private property. Okay, at the end of the day, this is private property.
It is. So
if you left your back gate open, your back garden, and I walked in,
it
okay.
would be publicly accessible. It would be trespass.
we trespassed.
Once I asked you to leave and you didn't.
Private.
Nobody's asked me to leave yet.
No, because we want to make sure that you're not a threat.
Yeah,
Okay, we
sure.
want to make sure that you are not planning an attack.
Okay.
Because by putting those vehicles online and by putting our faces online, you could potentially jeopardise that
Yeah.
and stop people from being prosecuted.
Okay, so I would come back to that and say, one, I wasn't doing that. I was doing my report and just filming around. And my other point, which is a bit more argumentative, is you've walked up to the camera. So had I not been cooperative, I might have started, some people might have stuck it in your face and gone, no, I'm filming you.
Okay.
But I've gone, okay, fair enough.
You shouldn't be filming on private property anyway.
But I
So-
can, that's what I do.
So
Sometimes you have to go
Can I
on.
come in your house and film you?
No, but if the gate is open, you can come in, and then if
can
I
come in
ask
your garden
if
and-
I ask you to leave, you would have to.
Yeah.
The comparison to someone wandering into a private garden doesn't really translate to what's happening here. A garden is clearly part of someone's home, whereas this area was open and accessible, which makes the situation very different. Even if someone did step onto land they weren't meant to, trespass is normally handled as a civil issue, not something that automatically brings police powers into play. The claim that filming officers could interfere with future cases also falls flat when the recording only began after they chose to approach him. What makes the situation even stranger is that absolute audits had already indicated he'd leave if simply asked. Yet instead of taking that straightforward option, the officers chose to keep him there under detention while still complaining about his presence.
I've tried being nice. Okay,
Yeah, I'm being nice.
No, you're just coming back with arguments. The chap then that was talking about coming on site and murdering police officers,
Yeah.
shooting them with homemade machine guns.
Yeah, but I've not done that.
No, but if he'd come a
And
week
he's in
earlier-
prison. Yeah, but you can't violate people's rights because of what might happen. For example, you're violating my rights at the moment,
By how?
where you've stopped
talking to you?
my free movement.
On private property.
Yeah, I said I'm going to go to reception, and you guys have said no, you're staying here.
There isn't a reception here.
There is a reception here.
There isn't.
There is. It says on the sign.
That's the training school reception for police officers. That's not for public.
No, when I came in the gate, there's a reception.
That's not here though.
Well, I don't know where it is. I can't find it.
Again, it's not for members of the public, it's for people visiting the site who have a legitimate reason for being here.
Well, I
who
do.
have signed in, who are going to sign in, who
Yeah.
have been invited onto the
I
site.
would have signed in, but I
And none
can't
of the
find it.
above apply to yourself.
Yeah, but I can't find reception.
You haven't been invited onto site. You haven't requested access to the site prior to entering it.
Yeah, but I've used a public road, footpath to gain access.
To go through a private entrance.
But the gate's open, so it's
private
open.
entrance and there's clear signs saying private property.
Wow.
And that's why the signs are there, to stop people like yourself coming onto the site claiming it was free access.
Well, it is.
Our barriers are closed.
No, the gate's open.
To go through a closed barrier,
No,
which
but
is
it's open.
designed as a deterrent to stop you coming in.
Like,
because
what,
it is
this?
private property.
That goes like that?
Yes, that is a closed barrier.
Yeah, but it's for cars.
The explanation keeps leaning on the idea that simply being on police property somehow makes the detention acceptable, but that doesn't automatically create powers that override someone's freedom to move. Acting on a vague belief that something could happen isn't the same as pointing to behavior that actually justifies holding someone there. The attempt to argue that the vehicle barrier proves the area is restricted doesn't really stand up either. A barrier meant to control cars doesn't suddenly turn the space into somewhere pedestrians aren't allowed to be, especially when people can walk straight in.
But isn't trespass that you can, if something is publicly accessible, which you're saying this
It is
isn't,
not publicly accessible. This area is not public.
but under the definition of the law, this is because the gate's open.
No, the gate isn't open because there's a physical barrier stopping you coming through. You chose to ignore that barrier.
It's not stopping me.
Do we know who you are yet, sir?
No, I would argue that under Article 8 of the Human Rights Act, I don't have to give you any details.
Okay, in that case...
Is that okay?
It's perfectly fine. You can have those rights.
You can search me if that's what you're going to do.
No. All I'm going to do at the moment, sir, is I'm going to arrest you on suspicion of aggravated trespass, okay?
Why is it
Section
aggravated?
69 of the Criminal Justice Act and the Public Order Act, okay? The reason for that is you're obstructing lawful activity and you're intimidating and causing distress.
Would you like me to tell you one more thing before you make that decision?
No, I'm going to make that decision.
I'm an auditor on YouTube.
No, that's okay. What I'm going to do...
Hang on, let me just turn
You
it
do
off.
not have
Yeah,
to
that's
say
fine.
anything.